yo. We back, y'all. What up? What up, y'all? I'm way up in the corner. I'm trying to holler at y'all. I'm real. What up? What up? What's going on with y'all? Welcome back to Yo Hero. We back with episode 9. We about to talk about this aliens and predator stuff. It's a lot of news swirling around, the internet talking about this new aliens and predator stuff. So, I got to bring in the crew. I got the one and only homie, the big homie from Akron, Mac. What up, dog?
What up? What's good, y'all? What's good?
Hold on. Flexing on.
What's good? What's good?
I got problems. I could use some help mentally, but I'll get it together eventually. That's the goal, at least.
Yeah.
Yo. So what's up with Skunkle, Funkle, Uncle Bird? What up? Oh, Uncle Bird don't want to be in the show with us this week. We're gonna get him out of here. You're out of here. Out of here. I don't like that attitude. You don't bring that energy over here, Uncle. Nah, I'm just messing with him. He might have had something to do, but anyways, back to the show, y'all. So let's see. First thing we was gonna talk about with y'all was this new Hot Toys that got teased. Hot Toys, like I said, if y'all ain't familiar, they're like high-end collectibles. They're like high-end action figures, basically. So yeah, they're not cheap. You're talking $300 and up on some of these. I think you could get some of the cheaper ones in like the $150 per figure kind of range. But yeah, this is these ain't cheap, but the benefit of that is you get the like high-end articulation, and you also get like the likeness of the actor, for instance, that plays said character. Like they got everything from like X-Men 1 Hot Toys to X-Men 2 to like Star Wars Hot Toys, Predator, you name it. They pretty much got everything Hot Toys, and it's pretty dope to me. I don't know. Their whole brand is pretty dope to me, but it's a little out of my price range. I'm not super deep into like action figure collectibles. But you can see this is an actual image of the figure. Like it looks Bird even said it kind of looked like, to him, he said it looked like a movie poster.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So let's see what we got up next. All right, so we got some more Superman news, or actual set photos. Got a little Lois Lane, Clark Kent, or I should say Superman vibe going here. I don't know. It kind of looks like, she's just putting 2 and 2 together that he might be Clark, or she's just super impressed that he saved her life or something like that in this pic. Yeah, all right.
Like she getting moist looking at him. Yeah.
Oh, you think getting a little drippy there, Lois.
And he looked like he's trying to give her his Mac Daddy vibes right now. He's all like, he got his curl down. He looked at her.
Yeah. He's sucking in his beer gut for sure.
What if? Oh yeah, because he can see. He got X-ray vision, so he could be looking at her areolas for all we know. He could be. We don't know.
Ain't no telling. You can't blame him, though, really. And this your boy right here. I had to show that shot of your boy,
Mr. Terrific.
Yeah,
man, he better be dope in him. I don't even remember him in the comics, so I hope he dope in this movie, bro. Because if not, he gonna look like a real squishy face around with blackface on blackface.
Yeah, he's a real obscure character, but you know, James Gunn likes those obscure characters. That's why he wanted to do Guardians so bad. You know, he nobody really heard of Guardians before he did Guardians, you know, so he likes to take these really obscure characters and you know, put them on the big screen. You know, that's why he did like Polka Dot. He did like Polka Dot in the Suicide Squad movie. What up, Penny K? Appreciate you jumping in the chat. Always showing support. That's what's up. Yeah, and then next up right here, you know, we got James Gunn teasing a little set photo. And when we talked about this last time, Mac, you said they was on like season 3, but apparently it's only season 2 of Peacemaker right now they're on. From everything I've seen.
No, that couldn't have been. No, because I remember I watched like a few episodes of the first season, and then I remember it was I don't know, it might be season 2. I don't know. Well, they must have had a lot of episodes in season 1 because I watched a few of them. Like, I think I watched like the first 3 of them, and then like I thought it was like a couple more episodes after that, but I didn't see nothing else until the second season started, I think. But I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, from everything I read online, and you know, it's season 2 right now. But this because it said this was a you know, James on X. It said this is James Gunn shows a behind the scenes photo of him and John Cena. So yeah, the doctor of thugonomics, son.
that is what he that's part of his wrestling gimmick. Thugonomics.
Penny K said, "Why is
I don't know. I don't know I don't know what he's doing.
Maybe he got charges we don't know about. And he trying to lay low.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh man, tell me this guy did not come in like this. Not like this, huh? Oh, Lord. Whoa. That's it. I'm out of here.
We can't hear you. You're on mute. You're on mute, sir.
Of course I am. Of course I am, sir.
No, you're not.
You gonna leave me too,
man? I
just
wanted to let you know that while you were over there talking. No, I didn't mute you. I was just telling you you were muted because you were talking, and I'm like, I can't hear him. So who are you this week with that hat on?
I'm me, bro.
That's crazy right there.
You're Van Helsing, Uncle Bird this week. Van Helsing, you on vampires?
That is great. That is crazy right there.
I feel underdressed.
Whoa.
I feel underdressed.
That's crazy too.
Yeah, we don't need to know that.
He said, "Whoa, that's crazy." Oh, don't worry.
All right, guys. So up next, you know, we got Funko showing off their Spider-Man, the line from the new Spider-Man series, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And this series was the animated series that came out on Disney Plus this year. Did y'all check that out?
I have not.
No.
What? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You're missing out, bro.
I heard Spider-Man might make an appearance on next week's show. Thunderbolts. I heard that's the word on the street.
On Thunderbolts. Yeah, you're tripping. Spider-Man is not. I don't think.
I mean on the show. On the show, on our show, not on.
Oh, Spider-Man's just gonna appear on our show.
Yeah,
yeah.
Spider-Man.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he was okay because you were supposed to contact Peter Parker, or excuse me, Spider-Man's representative and try to make that happen. But I forgot all about it. So you made that happen. That's great.
I
Cool.
appreciate,
Well,
getting a special guest.
Y'all tune in to Yo Hero next week. We're definitely gonna have Spider-Man guest appearance. So tell your friends. It's gonna be a big show.
He's gonna be here.
Yeah, but this show, bro, don't sleep on it. It was a dope show. It kind of has like a unique comic book almost animation style, which I really like. And then it's also like it's almost like a what if story, because it kind of, without spoiling too much of the series, it kind of like tells a story like, what if instead of Tony Stark helping Spider-Man in the MCU, it tells a story kind of like, what if Norman Osborn was the one to help, find Spider-Man swinging around. You know how Tony Stark showed him that cell phone video and stuff, and was like, yeah, he discovered Spider-Man before Civil War. It would the story in this series is, in the cartoon series, is like, if Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin, found him first, and then kind of, Norman's evil, so things go a little left, but it's just kind of like a twist, and Elseworlds kind of, a little multiversal twist on the MCU story. And I actually really enjoyed this series. It's not a spoiler. There's pictures out there. Daredevil pops up in it, and it is actually voiced by Charlie Cox, the actor from Daredevil Born Again. So, yeah, it's worth checking out, bro.
Is that a Miles, or is that
no?
That's not.
I don't want. Nah, I don't want to spoil the series, but no.
Now you're gonna make me go, hey, what's up, baby? You looking kind of jacked, but what are you doing?
You work out all the time. Yeah, like, so this is pretty much a closer look. Marvel Legends and a better look. We showed this off before on the show, but this is kind of a better look at Marvel Legends She-Hulk Fantastic Four theme figure.
Yeah, they're pretty decent. I mean, it seems to be the theme with a lot of those Marvel ones, with the different hands and the posable, body parts that they got.
She got her weights, son. She got her weights.
Yeah, she's even got two different heads for different hairstyles. You notice she has a ponytail here.
When she's ready to get down, and then when she's ready to get down with Daredevil, she looked like that.
There was actually a Fantastic Four PlayStation game, and she was a playable character in it. I don't know if y'all remember that. Yeah, I used to have it. It was terrible.
I played it. I'd have definitely played. Oh shit. Well, yeah, I played terrible games my whole life.
Yeah, you
a couple of good ones mixed in between.
Yeah, right. All right, so yeah, I had these banners out of order, but anyhow, we got Fantastic Four. We're getting our first look at Galactus based on a Lego figure. What y'all think about that?
Pretty cool that Lego's got the whole setup for him. And actually, it looks pretty decently modeled.
Yeah, you're not getting like a full look at the actual Galactus from the film, but just kind of looking at that figure and knowing all that is licensed based off the movie, it's cool to see, like, pause, even he's got that like kind of skirt that Galactus has, everything's very true about his design.
Yeah, I really like it. 1,000 Legos, I might get me some.
Yeah, I got a couple buddies. My buddy that go by Tokyo, he's a big Lego head, and even Penny K's husband, you know, Mike, he's he's into Legos. He builds all the Star Wars ones. He got a Star Destroyer. He did, I think a Boba Fett head, Darth Vader head.
Oh, nice. Those are pretty cool. I know Tasky used to be into the Star Wars ones and stuff. Like about like the Millennium Falcon.
Thumper Squid said if you're ever in Southwest Wisconsin, recommend tour to Benton, Wisconsin.
What's going on? What's cracking in
I've been
Benton?
in Wisconsin before. Thumper Squid. I've been to Appleton. I've been to Green Bay.
Oh, okay.
I've been through Wisconsin, never actually stayed there.
Burgess drove through.
Where? Wisconsin?
Spooky Pinball.
Oh, okay.
No, he's saying
that's dope. That's a dope. Spooky Pinball. Thumper Squid said Spooky Pinball.
I don't know if that's like a spot out there or what he's.
That's what it sounds like.
Well, we know that's a Legends table too, and Thumper Squid plays pinball.
Oh, he said he had a tour of Spooky Pinball today. Got to play Evil Dead in Test Station.
Nice.
Good day. And
Where the heck? Where? Oh yeah, that was earlier. There you go.
Now we got some puzzles.
I missed that. Nice, yeah. I'd like to check out that spot, Spooky Pinball. So let's see. Then we got this Fantastic Four puzzle. If you're into puzzles, it's out there. It's officially licensed, and it's kind of some new art there with Johnny Storm's hands on fire. I think nothing special.
Yeah,
this is kind of cool because
I like it.
Bird, you remember? You know what this pays homage to?
I do not, unless it's just like coming out of the ground. So, Mole Man.
This is paying homage to Fantastic Four #1. This was some weird beast they were fighting. But anyhow, the cool thing about this is I guess it's a prequel comic book that Marvel Studios and Marvel Comics are teaming up to do to tell like what the Fantastic Four is doing in their universe in the MCU, but they're in a different world than the regular MCU characters in the multiverse. So they're not in the 616 universe. They're in their own universe, and this is kind of a prequel comic that will tell just a little side story about them being heroes prior to what we see in the movie The Summers this July. And this is actually the first time they've done a tie-in comic since I think the first Avengers movie.
Cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's pretty dope.
It's kind of a retro art style too.
Yeah.
That kind of works with the whole theme they got going on there.
I know I'm hot. I just noticed Johnny right there just now. I was like, wait a minute. Johnny's missing. I looked and then I see him. Oh shit.
Fried. That's the weed.
Yeah, it is. You're right. That is correct.
Yeah, I think I'm excited to see Thunderbolts. I was I was kind of excited to see Captain America Brave New World, but if I had to choose between one of them two movies, me personally, I was more excited for Thunderbolts just because it looks like something different. But if you add a third film in there, their third film this year, Fantastic Four, this is the one for me. Like this is number one. Like if I had to pick between those three, which I was most excited about going to see it, it was definitely Fantastic Four.
Yeah. I'd go for. I think Thunderbolts is going to be the best one out of the three, though. I think it's just because it's kind of comedy. You got action. You got a little bit what's going on.
No.
I see it getting out there. Fantastic Four may surprise me though.
Yeah, I don't think so. I just main reason being is you got this retro futuristic aesthetic that's totally different than anything in Marvel, other than maybe no, it's really different. It's like some Jetsons shit in Marvel. So it's just different. And then Galactus, to see him as a giant, and I'm just excited to see him,
Yeah,
even
what
like,
was he? What was he in the old Four? The whole Fantastic Four movies? Wasn't he like this? They really didn't show him in the
smoky blob thing.
He was like a galactic cloud.
Yeah. No, he was like a Lovecraftian horror, just a massive stuff.
What? That was crazy.
Lovecraftian horror?
What was?
He said he was a whole galactic glob of massive stuff.
It just was. It was just a mass, just like all those Lovecraftian horror things.
No, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you to explain.
I don't know. Besides, like,
it sounds cool, but I don't know what the hell it means. I don't know.
Yeah, most of his things are incomprehensible to the human mind or whatever. So they're usually eyes and mouths and tentacles and darkness, and so yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I'm just glad to see him like a big giant, in the
As
movie
an actual character
himself from the comic.
Yeah, because even though there's all that backstory with Galactus about him being like, he could change the way he looks based on what species he's interacting with and all that. Like as a kid, he was just a big giant to me, like a kaiju.
Well, that's because you're human. You see him in human form.
Eating planets. Like this dude eats planets.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
He's not to be trifled with. So up next, Avengers Doomsday has began principal production. That means the cameras are rolling right now on this. And the Russo brothers shared this photo of one more chair, y'all. One more chair right here.
Yes, sir. On Doom's chair.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if on the back side of that chair says Robert Downey Jr. and on the front, maybe all them chairs have their superhero names.
Yeah,
or it's Iron Man on the back. It used to be Iron Man.
Okay. Okay.
Nah, I doubt it. I hope not. Yeah, and then they shared their first set photo official, and this was it. A guy going in a door.
Oh,
very, very underwhelming. Yeah, that's
it's a very green door, though.
It is. So if I'm gonna ask Mac first, Mac, who do you think this is?
I know he kind of looks like
Scott Summers.
I don't know that build. Man,
because it don't look like Tony to me. It don't look like Robert Downey to me, personally. So, pause.
Bird, who do you think it is?
the Norton guy who played Hulk.
Edward Norton.
Yeah.
Edward Norton. You think that's Edward Norton?
All right, you're gonna have to take that cowboy hat off and let Unc come
Green
back.
Door. It's got to be a Hulk story, man. The Green Door has significance.
No,
Because it's a green door. Okay, well, here's my guess. My guess is based on like the briefcase he's carrying or luggage. I'm guessing in the suit. Maybe this is Senator Bucky Barnes that we've seen hints of in the Thunderbolt trailers. And if not Senator Bucky Barnes, maybe it's Loki. I don't know. Look at the haircut and what character are we gonna Marvel character are we gonna see in a suit that the Russo brothers feel is important enough to share this image? Like
Cyclops,
it's gonna be
son.
Cyclops. Why would Cyclops be in a suit?
I don't know. The Green Door probably symbolizes doom.
I thought maybe Loki. Loki's got a lot of green themes.
Yeah, but that don't look nothing like.
It don't look like Robert Downey there, but maybe it is. It could be Robert Downey. That could be as simple as that. Robert Downey. So, what y'all think in the chat? Let us know who y'all think that is. I don't know.
I got a clue otherwise.
Y'all's guess is as best as ours because we're just guessing right here. So up next, this is kind of interesting. Now, take what you want from it. This isn't like a Marvel insider Kevin Feige came out and said this. This is, or not Marvel insider, Marvel head of Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige. It's not like he came out and said this, but Chris Claremont. Bird, why don't you tell them who Chris Claremont is if they don't know?
Oh, well, he's by far the de facto X-Men writer that just made them who they were, brought it into almost like a soap opera type action fighting stuff. Got really, personal relationships, made it feel, a lot more close to, what people and even teenagers were going through in certain areas of time because, he bridged a lot of different issues too.
All right, so he was at this Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo, and he was quoted as saying Robert Downey Jr. is going to play multiple characters in Avengers Doomsday, including Iron Man. He also revealed that Chris Evans will be back as Captain America, a young Steve Rogers, and a Hydra Cap. And he added later that Elizabeth Olsen will return as a good Scarlet Witch. He also claimed that Psylocke is returning and suggested Wolverine will kill someone important. What do y'all think of this shit?
I think
That
that's
is
just
a bunch of
gibberish. I think he's just talking to talk, throwing out theories.
Are you saying it's cat? You saying it's cat bird? You saying that's all cat?
You know what? I think he probably sprinkled a little bit of truth in there, but yeah, I think
that's a lot of truth. That's a lot of truth. That's crazy. Like that whole little everything he just said. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah, like I could maybe see RDJ playing Iron Man also, like even if it's a flashback kind of scene or something something for Doom to explain why he looks exactly like RDJ. I could see that. Chris Evans coming back as Captain America, a young Steve Rogers, is crazy because
he was young when he went into the ice and froze for 70 years.
I think he means like skinny Steve.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I don't want to see that sick looking dude again.
I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see that again, bro. He looked crazy with his head on that little dude's body.
He looked like a Funko Pop.
He looked just sick. He looked like for 50 cents a day, you can help Chris Evans. Stop looking like
You could buy Chris Evans some rice, 50 cents a day.
For real, he looked horrible in that movie like that.
Yeah, so you know, that's kind of weird to me.
But what is a Hydra cap?
Hydra cap, matter of fact, you should go back and watch Yo Hero because we talked about that on the show.
We recurring theme.
You should go back and watch our show.
We did not talk about the Hydra.
Yes, we did. We had a slide and everything with Cap with a Hydra logo on his chest. Yeah, Mac, you should go back and watch the show that we do. Go back and watch it. We definitely talked about Hydra Cap possibly appearing in Avengers Doomsday. He's just an evil variant of Cap. Like, what if he was on the Red Skull
like
side?
The agent was, like that agent dude was that's going to be in Thunderbolts. Like how he in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, how he like ended up. I mean, he started off a good dude, but he ended up turning like going crazy.
Who are we talking about?
The dude that's playing like the Captain America in fucking Thunderbolts.
Oh, you're talking about John Walker.
Yeah.
The U.S. agent. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. But also, you know, I don't know all the details about Hydra Cap. I just know it was like a kind of a one-off, you know, spin in the comic books where they told a story where like all this shit was going down. I think the Secret Invasion shit was going down, and then Cap was revealed to be a Hydra agent, you know, behind the scenes.
What happened with that was that the Red Skull got a cosmic cube and had the power to make
it's just water, Penny cake. He said it's that sweet tea right now.
Red Skull got a cosmic cube. What'd you say, Bird?
Yeah. Red Skull got a cosmic cube and changed the past to make Steve Rogers a Hydra agent, sleeper Hydra agent.
Oh, that's pretty dope. Oh, when he was out there in No Land, wherever he was when
actually well everything was going down. The Avengers, most of the powerful Avengers were out in space fighting the child or whatever, those things that were invading in the first Avengers.
Chitauri.
Yeah, the Chitauri. So they were just coming in waves and waves and waves. So they had this shield that they were going to put up, but all the big hitters were out of the atmosphere, and they put the shield up, and these things just kept dying against it, and no one could get back in. And he took over as president, or they gave him power as president or something like that, and he just took over. Like, bam, I'm in control now. These people are done. Get these people around. I mean, he was just like on it, like he had a plan.
Yeah, so and then you know, with him talking about Psylocke returning, I don't know if he's got to be talking about Olivia Munn, or they're just gonna throw like a fifth Psylocke in the mix, because there was a Psylocke in, I think, X3. There was, or maybe not a fifth Psylocke, but I think there was like 3 Psylocks in different X-Men movies. Like one was kind of hinted at, had a little purple hair in her strip of hair in her.
Yeah, some are just background characters.
Right. And then, but Olivia Munn actually had the comic accurate costume in X-Men Apocalypse. And
she did.
Yeah, so we'll see if she comes back. I'm unsure, but that's kind of crazy. Now, Wolverine killing someone important, that doesn't sound too far-fetched to me.
Mm-mm.
Especially after Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, I could see him just going off the rails a little bit and cutting the wrong guy. You know how, like, Thor just lost it and cut off Thanos' head? I could see Wolverine doing something like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So someone that, you know, he cares about and shit.
Well, he was actually killing people with his brother back in.
Well, even if it's not somebody he cares about, I mean, like,
didn't they kill their dad too? Didn't they like kill their dad? like this shit. Wolverine's been a part of some dark shit. I was there.
Yeah. He did. Well, at least in the movie. I don't know about the comics, but yeah, I don't mean necessarily somebody like he like what if they have one like a one shot to kill Doom kind of deal to stop things, and he just goes off the rails, cuts his head off, and you know they're like, you just fucked up our only shot, just like when Star Lord fucked up their opportunity to take the glove off Thanos, like
Yes, he definitely did fuck that up. Like, bro.
yeah, like I could see Wolverine having one of those moments in Doomsday.
My meds just kicked in.
y'all heard it live. So moving on to what's next, we got, the rumor is Ironheart trailer coming out in May. What y'all think?
What the hell is that? That looks like she's riding in a roller coaster and a. Oh, those are controls in there.
That was her first outfit when she was flying out the warehouse. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And that's kind of like her story in the comics. She kind of built one from scraps, kind of like Tony Stark in the cave. She wasn't rich like Tony. She built hers from scraps. That's why I said
she got hers out the mud. Is what you telling me? She got her shit out.
That's what I'm trying to say. I appreciate you, clarifying for the audience. But yeah, she got it out the mud. She wasn't born with a silver spoon. So kind of. That was her story arc. That's why I didn't really like how they hit the fast forward button in Wakanda Forever and just boom, put her in a Wakandan suit. And I'm like, damn, she just got introduced. And you already got her in this badass Iron Man Wakandan, probably vibranium suit. And I wanted to see her story arc, her build it, her genius,
Yeah, that would have been sweet. They would at least come up with their story like that for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of. I'm looking forward to the show.
Is y'all saying this is more like the girl that was with T'Challa's sister or T'Challa's sister?
Oh, this is Riri Williams, bro. The little girl that was at college that they went and got for the final battle.
Oh, okay.
Mac obviously does not remember her whatsoever. He don't remember her in that outfit. He don't remember. You need to go back, watch Wakanda Forever after you watch Yo Hero and you see the part where we talked about Hydra Cap. Then go back and watch Wakanda Forever. Because I remember, I don't even like it that much. It was my favorite part about it was the Atlanteans, and Namor, but I remember it pretty clearly. Yeah. Anyhow, moving on, we got first look at the Century in Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I like the costume. I mean, it's pretty basic, Century looking.
And this motherfucker Century is like Superman. Like he got powers like Superman from what I've seen in the trailer. He like Superman.
Yeah, he has some kind of like a solar energy type thing that he's like unlimited and.
Oh, so like from the Superman movie with Christopher Reeves, that solar dude, and what was it, Superman 3, the sun dude?
Yeah,
I remember that.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he almost is kind of That's crazy. I never put two and two together. Now I remember that dude.
See, the drugs be letting you know, helping you remember.
Yeah, he had blonde hair and like a black suit or something, didn't
he? Yeah. And the sun gave him power and shit.
I remember that.
You should remember that, Bird. You was definitely watching those Christopher Reeve Superman movies.
No, I never been a fan of Superman. The Richard Pryor one was good though.
What y'all think of this outfit? Do you know? Any thoughts?
No, that's what I said. I said the outfit looks pretty nice. I mean, I like it.
Just basic as fuck. Like, I'm with Bird
I
on
mean,
that.
it looks
Just
like the
basic.
Sentry. I mean, it looks like the Sentry shit.
Yeah, you got a point. It does look like the Century's outfit.
He never wore like a helmet or nothing in the comics.
No. Nah.
Not the Golden Man. No.
Yeah, no, he looked just like this pretty much, but I'm excited to see like what pushes him to be in the void in this movie. You know, like
nothing has to. I mean, depending on how they portray the character, but I mean, he's schizophrenic, he's a drug addict, he's an alcoholic. So he got his powers.
He become.
Yeah. Him and his dude broke into the science lab and started taking shit.
He said he a schizo, a druggie. He a druggie. These sound like my type of people.
Yeah. You should introduce him to your friend.
Yeah.
What? Introduce him to who? To introduce who to who?
You to his friend with all the problems. Your kind of people. Go back, watch the show, Mac. You'll know what I'm talking about.
That is
all right, so next we have some behind the scenes photos, makeup tests of Tim Blake Nelson's the leader from Captain America Brave New World. These pictures came out, and as we all know, because we watched the movie, he didn't look nothing like this in the movie. So I was just kind of curious to get y'all's opinions. Mac first, like, would you have liked this look more, the comic book accurate look, or would you have liked the what
I
we
like
got
that old herpy, I'm infected with some look he had in the movie. No, I like the
savage.
Hey, some people have drawn him that way with that kind of brain head.
He does have that kind of, yeah.
It depends on who draws him. Some draw his head really big, some just a little bit.
No, but I'm just
look like he has two big nuts on his head. Looks like he's got some big nuts on his head.
It's a comic book version of himself.
This picture, he's got the hair, right there. Yeah, the hair looks better than just bald because he just got a big old one of Hulk's testicles growing out the back of his head.
But in the cartoon, in the Incredible Hulk cartoon, that's how he looked.
Right here. He had the hair though.
I don't like that shit is horrible.
In the cartoon, I always seen him with the hair. In the comics, all that he had the hair, the little mustache, the little goatee.
Yeah, it was a lot of the hair was just almost right on top though. You really didn't see much else going on. But then some of his gear was, I think, around his head a little bit.
Like
too.
Bird said later, some people drew him with like the nutsack head, bro. Pause. He did though. He had like two big ass bubbles on his head,
all wrinkly and shit too.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know about that. That's crazy. You know what, sir? I'm throwing a flag on the play. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Technical foul.
This dude's crazy.
This dude's crazy.
That's
oh my god.
And over in this picture here, he kind of looks like a really depressed, I don't know, office cubicle worker. I don't know.
Like he's dying from radiation poisoning. That one to the right, man.
That shit is crazy, bro.
We got some pink eye going on and
shit.
This
all came from Abomination punking him. Fucked up. He looked fucked up.
Hey, he looked like he had the BMV in that first pic.
he looked like he on some good man.
Dude's got some jaundice going on.
Oh yeah, definitely some jaundice going on. His skin complexion is horrible in both pictures. Man, what's in his mouth right there with the coat? Like, was that his teeth or what?
That's that bump he took.
For sure. For sure. For sure. Oh, that
You
is
looking
crazy.
You looking rough. You looking rough, bro.
You all right, brother? You all right
Yeah,
there?
at least in the one on the left, he looked like he go to work. The one on the right, he looked like he down. Bad.
looks like he just got fired that day.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, they caught me smoking again in the back parking lot. Let me go. I guess I'm gonna have to find a new job.
Oh, that is crazy. That is crazy.
He looked wild, bro. Like some picture photo, and then half before and after. That looked crazy.
It does. It does.
All right, so moving on, we got a new logo reveal. I can't quit laughing. Hold on, bro. Let's just go back.
Bro, it's fucked up. Oh, that mouth is crooked. Like you said, he definitely just took a bump before they called they had to take that picture. Why is his lip like that on the left side? And then his teeth is showing over here, like you see 3 of his teeth. Like what the forum?
This is some good coke. This is some good shit.
That is crazy. Oh my god.
All right, I was trying to pull it together, but I
Oh, you're right. You're right. That dude look basic. Oh man.
All right.
So this is coming out on Disney Plus. Eyes of Wakanda. I see it say Marvel animation.
Yeah. I guess this is based on like a group of Wakandan warriors, and I cannot pronounce that. The Hatut Zaraze. I don't know, but yeah, I guess it's based on a little core group of people, and yeah, this is an animated feature that's gonna hit Disney Plus in August. But they showed off a couple thumbnails of this. I think they had a. I also think these guys, this group of Wakandans, they're in, they're gonna tell their story at different times in history.
That's cool. Because it would be cool to learn like the backstory of like what Wakanda was before like even King T'Challa or his dad. You know what I'm saying? Like what that, you know what I mean?
Just when the vibranium came down and all the other stuff that they were doing with the plant where they get the first Black Panther and stuff, and that'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right. So moving forward, what do we got up next? We got actress Adrienne Palicki. Go ahead, Mac.
I'm gonna say nothing.
Licky.
Sure. I was gonna give you a moment to say what you had to say. All right. Adrienne Palicki claims a spinoff of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., their old television show. With her, she was in that show as the Mockingbird. She claims that they filmed a spinoff for her show, a solo show for her, and that basically it got canned. They got rid of the show, and because she was saying basically it was like a weird time where Marvel was like refiguring out what they were going to do with their television universe.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Did you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Mac?
Yeah, somewhat. I wasn't like tuning in every week, but I was watching here and there.
Yeah, I could say like I didn't tune in every week, but after the series kind of like ended, I bought like all the seasons, and I went back and watched it. from start to finish, and it definitely had its highs and lows. You know, its hits and misses. It wasn't a perfect show by any means, but it was pretty entertaining on the good shows. Like some of the highlights of that Agents of Shield to me was like Crusher Creel, the Absorbing Man. Yeah, his episodes in it. Deathlock was okay, but he wasn't the Deathlock I want to see. You know, I'd like to see Marvel do Deathlock right. But even if the actor wasn't bad, so even if they brought him back and he was just more like zombie like he was in the comics, it'd be cool. And then, you know, Ghost Rider, of course. I thought Ghost Rider was done. Robbie Reyes, I believe, Ghost Rider. Yeah, like I thought he was done really well on it for it being a television series. And you can still go back and watch that, and it still holds up. It looks pretty good.
See, I think for IPs like Deathlock,
was Agent Carter in Agents of Shield?
Agent Carter? No, she was like in the 50s. It's like a whole different time.
Yeah, and anyways, for IP like Deathlock, I think that they don't even need to really put it in the main MCU, only on the fringes, because I mean, he really didn't. Maybe for a while he interacted with a lot of the heroes, but he was out in space in different times or something.
Yeah, but you could always, you know, do a special presentation like they're doing with Punisher for him, you know, and you just do like Werewolf by Night, you know, you put out a one-off hour and a half long movie or something, and just do it like that. But I really like the Ghost Rider. I wouldn't mind seeing them bring back. I think it was Diego Luna who played Robbie Reyes in Agents of Shield as Ghost Rider. So I wouldn't mind seeing him come back in Secret Wars. You know, I think that would be fire.
Yeah, I think we'll see. If we don't see the actors themselves doing a new scene, I think we're going to see some kind of just even flashbacks, just kind of cameo pop things or something. I have a feeling that's going to be some of what we see too. If they're going to do a kind of multiversal mashup.
They put a nice rack on him.
Mac, look, don't make me bring this guy back up on screen. Don't make me bring him back up on screen, because I will, Mac. I promise I will.
That is crazy. Get him out of here.
No, he's back. He's back, Mac. He's back. You can watch the full effect right here.
Oh, that is crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. For this, I actually liked the film version more than this version they're doing with him in the chair. I know it's more comic accurate, but in the film it kind of looks like he got some gamma poisoning, you know, or something. And
he looked like he had some gamma poison in there too.
You know what I mean? Like, he looks like if a real person got gamma poisoning, they'd look more like that than look like Megamind from that.
No, he looks on the right. He looks more like he should have looked with Abomination knocking all that shit over and him getting that Hawk's blood on his brain. So it does look like it looked from the Hawk movie, the Incredible Hulk movies. So, I mean, to me, that's what he looks like. That's how he should look.
Yeah, but I see how some people could argue they like the comic accurate look more. You know, I kind of expected to see that. I thought when they did the reshoots they were gonna do that, but I think they did the reshoots and changed him to look like we see him in the final Brave New World film.
Yeah, I don't know. He looks like he hang out with Jared from Subway ass over there on the comic accurate side.
Jared, let me borrow that shirt.
Oh man.
So we got some behind the scenes footage here of Supergirl filming. James Gunn's Supergirl, DC Studios Supergirl, not television stuff. This is going to be a movie, and this is some behind the scenes leak footage that hit the internet.
That's funny.
Some drone footage. That's how they're getting these clips, flying drones over the sets, way out wherever they're filming. So
that's kind of illegal, ain't it? Ain't that like bootlegging?
nah, because
back
anything that's in the public eye can be filmed, kind of deal. It's not on private property. They're filming these on location. So
not only that, you don't even know if this scene will even make the cut. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these scenes get cut out in editing or shortened, and
yeah, that's true. Get left on the
the
cut.
whole scenes get taken out sometimes. So yeah, you might not even see this.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
you might.
It's a lot. Well, that's it. God damn.
Yeah, that's a pretty big set for a Supergirl movie. Not hating on any Supergirl fans, but that's a pretty big set for any movie. To be honest, it looks like the inside of some kind of Star Destroyer or something, don't it?
Looks Star Warsy to me. TIE fighter shit.
TIE fighter
Yeah,
shit.
it looks pretty cool.
Go ahead and spit out some of that shit you chewing over there.
But Bird, then you got your boy walking in the set there, Bird. I don't know. He's talking about you spitting out some shoe, I guess, because you got your cowboy hat on.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy. There you go.
Pating, pating.
There you go.
Yeah. You got your boy walking in the set there, Bird. Did you spot him?
No, I didn't pay attention. I can't.
That dude that had the white he had on white and like a brown vest, and he was carrying.
He didn't have on white. He's just very white.
Oh wow.
Oh,
okay.
Well, Willie White. He's Willie White.
Facts. You didn't spot him, Bird? You're gonna need a closer look. Is that what you're telling me?
Nah.
Yeah, he ain't paying attention.
A closer look.
I seen him. He's right there. Look,
right there.
There you go. See him? Take a
right
closer look.
Board.
Bam. There's your boy.
That's what I was talking about this whole time, son.
Why does it gotta be my boy?
You like Lobo.
He said that ain't his homie.
Like Lobo. Fool.
Lobo's all right. They kind of made him a clown after a while. I like some of the original stuff, and it was just like,
oh wow. They made him homie the clown.
Yeah, in some comics.
That's crazy. Bird. I remember you telling me, like, out of DC characters, Lobo is one of the ones you kind of thought was cool.
Yeah,
I thought I heard him say that too.
Yeah. Oh, I did at one time. So, I think you still think he's cool, but I mean, no, not all like that.
We're showing that alien, bro.
So last week we watched this. We watched this on the show. Predator Badlands trailer.
And then I didn't see nothing but this fucking ugly ass face, which I still think this is a chick.
Oh, you remember that episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting, selective memory with this guy, but
I know. Yeah. Well, I remember this.
Yeah, so
go ahead, Six.
There was some key things we missed in this trailer, and you'll notice here, see her eyes change right there.
Yeah, that's what
we'll let the trailer keep playing. And then there's also a scene later in this trailer where I believe, this is the main Predator we're going to follow through the story here. He's described as like a runt, of his Predator clan. So like he's the little guy. He's the one that hasn't had a kill. You know, he doesn't hunt like the rest of them, whatever the case. But yeah, in this scene here, you can see to the right there, there's a smashed kind of like vehicle or something to his right. See, oh, there it is, right there by that beast's feet. So, anyways, that got the internet going. People got talking crazy about Predator Badlands online, analyzing every frame. And we were given, you know, this Predator Badlands poster, you know, that hit the internet, which is really cool. I thought, you know, it's kind of just a still shot from the movie. It looks like they're him on a, you know, blue screen, green screen. But the most interesting part about this, when people started breaking down the frame by frame shots, is this Weyland-Yutani Corporation logo. And if you're a fan of Aliens or Predator, you should kind of be familiar with the Weyland-Yutani Corporation.
Or they're like themselves.
Yeah, they're like the corporate bad guys in the Aliens franchise. So to see this in the new Predator trailer is kind of a big deal, right?
You would assume.
Yeah.
I think it's a big deal because
we already knew that. I mean, they already said that the universes were, you know, kind of the same anyways, and you know they shared some commonalities. You know, AVP.
Yes, but with properties like these, you always have licensing issues and attorneys involved and all that. So you had this, you know, the Fox merger with Disney and all these things that could have went awry where another company could have came in and just said, hey, I don't want to buy everything you got, Fox. I just want to buy Predator, or I just want to buy Alien, you know, but Disney was able to secure all them rights, and now they're working on this, you know, they got this 20th Century Studios banner so they can keep these more hardcore titles off the Disney banner. I get to a point, but at the same time, they're doing it with Daredevil Born Again and Deadpool and Wolverine, so it's kind of pointless to me at this time. I think Disney should just own their more mature movies. But, you know, the reason why this is a big deal to me, too, is not just the licensing issues of making sure this could happen again. You know, saying they exist in the same world is cool in the comics, or it's cool in your mind or on paper, but for it to actually happen on the big screen, you know, a lot of behind the scenes things have to coexist, just like the Spider-Man and Spider-Man being in the MCU. Like there had to be a lot of negotiations for that to happen. So this a little bit less so because Disney owns both properties now, but we were able to avoid that issue. And then, you know, the reason it's a big deal to me also is because we haven't had an Aliens versus Predator movie in well over a decade, you know, so to me it's a very big deal. It's hinting at the fact that they can at any point in time pivot to a Alien versus Predator collab if the fans want it and support these films.
Definitely, and they do. I mean, for the most part, you know, everybody wants to see, you know, a better version of them, but
yeah, I would agree with that. Like most people weren't very happy with the Aliens versus Predator, the two films they did, but I mean, Uber fans like myself can still find joy in those films. You know, we could still find things we like in them, even though they weren't the best movies. Speaking of, I was going to ask you, did you like Aliens versus Predator more or Aliens versus Predator Requiem more? The sequel.
Oh, the first one I think was way better.
The one when they went down in the ice circle that was the first one or the second one?
That was the first one.
That was the first one.
Yeah, actually the first one better.
Yeah, I like the first one more. I see what they were trying to do with the second one as far as like they were going for more horror vibes. They were trying to get back to the horror roots, and and it was way more gory and way more violent. But that film, for some reason, was so dark. It's like not dark hardcore, like dark. It's hard to see anything that's happening on screen in that movie. Even people being killed and stuff, it's just hard to see. So, but I like them both, but I definitely like the original Aliens versus Predator more. But going back to this shot here, so this girl that I paused in that scene, you see her eyes glitch out. So, and you also see in this Badlands trailer that she's kind of like she's on this planet with this predator. So I imagine she's kind of like, you know, the human person in this story, so audiences can relate to her, right? But when you see her eyes glitch there and show the Weyland logo in them, that makes me think she's like Bishop was in Aliens. She's one of them androids.
She was planted there. Like she's an industry plant, you know what I mean? But for aliens, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Predators.
Yeah, or like Michael was in Prometheus.
Yeah.
So
now, it almost kind of makes you think that, you know, this is Weyland finding something to hunt the aliens down.
I mean that, or just observe them, observe their work,
Or see if they got what it takes, you know. It's hard to tell. It depends on what timeline, you know, they got going on there with that.
Right. Kind of depends on the timeline a little bit. Chaotic says, I'm excited about Predator Badlands. I'm probably one of the biggest Predator fans I know. That's what's up. Yeah. I'm a huge Predator fan too. I've always liked the Predator films. Even when people thought Predator 2 was shit, I was like, no, this movie's badass. It's like this retro futuristic LA, you know, almost apocalyptic LA, and Predators in there, you know, in the California heat, just killing off Jamaican gangbangers and, you know, skinning people and hanging them from the ceiling. And then Danny Glover's chasing them on rooftops and jumping from one apartment to the next, chasing, you know, the Predator chasing them. And I love that movie. And then you even got Nick Nolte, bro. Nick Nolte's hilarious, bro.
Oh, always.
Or no, Gary Busey. I'm tripping, bro. They look alike like a motherfucker.
Yeah. I used to think they was the same person when I was a kid. When I was young, I used to think that Gary Busey and Nick Nolte were like the same person.
Yeah, so
then I realized Gary Busey had a real bad drug problem. Then I see him on camera with his mouth crooked.
Yeah, Gary Busey was
his mouth would be all crooked.
His kids just as bad.
Wild boy. Oh, I don't know. Oh, so he got a second generation druggy kid, you said?
He got a second generation junkie? Is that what you're telling us?
Well, there is another Busey out there, and he's been in some movies too.
No, yeah, I'm talking about when he was running around as he got older, like not in the 80s when he was still like getting cast for movies. I'm talking about as he got older, he was like he was out there, buddy.
What do y'all think of this poster? You like it? Yeah, thumbs up, thumbs down.
I think it's fine. I don't think it's anything that special. You know.
That's why I said thumbs up or thumbs down.
It's all right.
It didn't answer my question at all.
This dude always.
He got to be different. He always got to be difficult for no reason. I don't know how it does something for him. So a closer look at the Predators trophy room in that trailer. Fans are speculating, you know, could we see some franchise crossovers here? Because if you look at this skull in the center, it's got that Independence skull kind of shape of the alien from that franchise.
Yeah.
Some watchful eye fans also noticed that that skull is kind of shaped like the War of the Worlds aliens' heads too.
Yeah.
And you
True,
got
true.
this big ape skull looking like some Planet of the Apes stuff.
Yeah, true.
And then you got a dinosaur. I doubtful Jurassic Park crossover, Universal, Disney. I don't see it happening, but
I wouldn't see why not. Jurassic Park be them whoever on the rights to that be trying to get a check all
I
every
just
so often.
I just said Universal, Disney. That ain't gonna happen. So I mean, I think that's just them showing that the Predator's been on the hunt for millions and millions of years.
Yeah, that's right.
They killing everybody.
But what do y'all think about maybe a Planet of the Apes crossover?
I'll be cool with that.
Oh yeah. There you go.
That could be
About
crazy.
testing.
A whole like army of badass intelligent apes like having a run from in the woods or the jungle from a predator could be crazy.
Yeah.
Because if they could talk to each other, like describe the predator, that would be dope.
Well,
Go
I
ahead.
mean, do you think that the Planet Apes would be more instinctual than the humans were when being watched and maybe even having a better sense of smell and stuff like that? Different eye,
Yeah,
sound. So,
yeah.
that's what I kind of see. There, it'd probably be almost a tougher hunt in some aspects.
Yeah. It'd be interesting. I don't know. So, but what do y'all think? Do you think we might see other crossovers, like an Independence Day Predator crossover? Or is this just like a little Easter egg for fans to enjoy and
I see it more. I see it more as an Easter egg for sure. I mean, I don't see him
Yeah.
really. I don't see
It can
the
happen though.
market.
I don't put shit past these motherfuckers. I don't put
I
shit.
mean, they're coming out with the animated series, so I can see him maybe doing something animated, small, an episode or something, but not as a movie. I don't see it.
Yeah, well, we know this is how Alien vs Predator started out. In Predator 2, the trophy room, there was an alien head in the back, and that's what started this whole journey here. So
I don't know.
you got to take that into consideration. Yes, these could just be little Easter eggs, but they could potentially be little crossovers, like you said, maybe even in the comics. I noticed even the one above the gorilla head uh, almost looks like a Chitauri skull, the aliens that the Avengers were fighting. But some people also pointed out that it looks like some gaming kind of creature. Almost looks like the creatures from Resistance on the old PlayStation game too.
Oh yeah.
You could look at these images and speculate all day, but just something interesting I thought we should talk about because we kind of just watched the trailer and were wowed by it and didn't do like a scene by scene breakdown or frame by frame breakdown. So I'm excited to see Aliens vs Predator potentially return, and then we also got the new poster for Alien Earth, which is going to be the Hulu series based 2 years before Ridley Scott's Alien. What y'all think of the trailer, or not the trailer, the poster here?
Oh, aliens look slick. I mean, is that just like a
Oh,
face
yeah.
hugger in that pod or that thing or what's going on there?
Let's have a look.
Let's looky here.
What do y'all think that is? If you're in the chat, you're in the live chat, let us know if you got any theories. They
I
put
mean, did
out
they
like the
create it?
and they put out like these. Oh, that's a face hugger for sure. I see it jumping around in the box. Yeah, these are just two like little teasers they put out for the series.
Yeah, I can see him. I don't know. It almost looks like it's either just showing it, coming to life, or they created it in this thing because they had like a cell of something. Or
Oh wow! So
that's wild. That's wild.
yeah, I have a feeling they're gonna bring the Weyland Corporation. You know, well, if you watch Prometheus, they kind of did create. You know,
Well, they did, but I'm talking about humanity's recreating it now.
I think Weyland was still on Earth at this time, right? Since this is 2 years before
Yeah.
Aliens, so yeah,
But what I'm
absolutely.
saying, he didn't know what he had. You know what I'm saying? They found this life form, this organism or piece of something, or some cellular DNA, and the technology at that time, could have been there, at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah, I don't know chronologically, like if this is gonna mess up any continuity for the Aliens franchise. I hope not, but I'm just excited to see it back. You know, and we've never got an Alien TV series. That's something new.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm really interested in how they're gonna turn out with this one, actually, just because that alien was in the underneath the Arctic ice, an Alien versus Predator and stuff. So it seemed like it was there for a while, waiting for the predators to come back and wake it up, and then you got this going. I mean,
Well,
not to say anything's in that real continuity here, but I mean, it just
yeah,
seems like whoa.
most of the fans kind of the fans consensus is that the AVP movies are their own continuity. But if you watch, you know, Aliens and Predator, you see now that they're crossing over one way or another. They're crossing over, whether they're wiping the old AVP continuity out or they're going to incorporate it somehow. I always thought you could kind of overlook most of the stuff. I actually had like a long text debate with my son about it because he's a major Aliens fan. I'm a major Predator fan, and you know, he knows a lot of the lore better than I do about the Weyland-Yutani Corporation, and he's, you know, and the xenomorph in general. Like, he knows a lot of the engineer stuff and all that. And I went back, I rewatched Prometheus like multiple times, trying to just wrap my brain around what's going on with the creation of the xenomorph. But from what I gathered, you know, Weyland-Yutani wanted to meet the engineers. The engineers seeded life on Earth, and then, uh, you know, you have I forget what they call it. The Deacon, I think, was like one of the first xenomorphs. It's like that's what they call it, the Deacon or something like that. And then you have, you know, Michael, who was the android, ends up creating the first xenomorph from what I kind of gathered from Alien Covenant and those movies. But there it is really hard to kind of decipher what's going on and continuity wise put it all together. That's why I hope Ridley Scott comes back and finishes his uh Prometheus Covenants trilogy, because he jumped right to Romulus, you know, and didn't finish the Prometheus trilogy.
Yeah. Definitely something to rewatch though if you really want to see what's going on with everything, I guess.
Yeah, and then you got your comic book continuity. I guess it's supposed to be continuity, you know. Sometimes they just loosely reference that stuff, like in Predator 2 when he handed Danny Glover that old musket looking pistol. You know, that was actually from I think a Dark Horse comic where the Predator was like way back in like the Spanish War or something like that. Or yeah. So every now and then they reference that stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah,
they throw an Easter egg in for it.
yeah. So I'm excited for Aliens versus Predator to return. You know, we just getting hints at it right now. There's no confirmed movies or nothing like that. But seeing the Weyland-Yutani Corp, that kind of verifies that they're in the same universe now, presently under Disney's ownership. So that's a plus for fans. I want to thank everybody who who jumped in the chat. Who we have in here? We had Penny K.
Squid.
Yeah, Thumper Squid. House of Hounds. Chaotic BPR, my co-host. We're doing the show tomorrow. Yo, Retro. Talking about this new table, Theater of Magic, on our pinball machines. It's really dope. So we're gonna talk about that tomorrow on my channel. Y'all got any closing thoughts? Anything, Mac, you want to say to our viewers?
Go see Thunderbolts this weekend. We're going to see Thunderbolts.
That is true. That is true. Me, you, and Uncle Bird right there going to see Thunderbolts. Bird, any closing thoughts?
None really, sir. I think I'm good. I think I've said enough.
Well, you definitely wore too much with that hat. I don't know if you've said enough.
I might have to wear this every time now.
Oh, you look like Uncle Bird Van Helsing tonight.
Yeah, you should have changed your name to Cowboy Bird today.
Yeah,
hey, this is the steampunk version. This is the steampunk version.
You should, Cowboy Bird Orton.
Burb. Cowboy Burb.
Cowboy Bird Orton here. Former WWE star. Yeah, there you go. That's what you get for
killing
me, son. Yeah.
Killing me over here.
That's what you get. But thanks everybody for jumping in the chat. Everybody who came and checked out the show, even if it's for 5-10 minutes of your day. We appreciate y'all's time. We're going to see Thunderbolts this weekend. We're going to do probably out the theater first impressions, reaction kind of video, just something short to put up on the channel. And then next week at 8 o'clock on the dot, we'll be back to do our spoilers review with y'all. So come back next week. Check out the show on Yo
Hero, son. Yo, hero.